Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your August 2024 weekly reading. It's going to be your reading from August 12th until the 18th. Hope you're all doing well. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight in like we always do. I would like to say if you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. I have updated my prices with the personal readings. I've dropped them a little bit, so if you're curious or interested in one of them, that link will be down below. But let's go ahead and jump in here, Sag, and let's take a look. Oh, wow. Is this camera really focusing? Let's see how long it focuses. Literally with the Libra and Scorpio video, I couldn't even use the overhead cam because my camera has just been not working. So if it does go blurry, then we're just not gonna have the overhead cam. But anyways, let's take a look here, Sag, and let's see here what we got. All right, not looking too bad here this week, Sagittarius. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a really good reading, especially when it comes to your relationships, things with cooperation, creating with others, or just your ability here to find yourself in sync and find yourself in union with the things that you're creating looks really good. Definitely a good read. I think you may have had the best read so far. You have this first house, the body. The first house deals with the self. So I think at this time there's an emphasis here. A lot of you could also be this week like really working on like your looks or working on like your overall well-being here. You could be, with all this gold that I'm seeing, it's like you could be radiating, or you could be attracting attention here this week, Sagittarius. I think also a lot of you here, Sagittarius, are really putting the emphasis here on like finding like yourself or like reconnecting to yourself. The first house in astrology also represents when we've become conscious, like we've gain a new form of consciousness, awareness about ourselves and what it is that we want to do for our lives and how we want to progress in our journeys. And I think all these things are really being highlighted and emphasized for you at this time. You did pull the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. We just had recently a full moon in Capricorn, right? I think that was probably like a lot of things were happening around that time. Some of you could have been, there's a lot of changes, but I pick up with this card that you've kind of gone through the worst here, Sagittarius. So you could be finding yourself stepping into a new cycle, even with that first house. That's a lot more enjoyable, or there's not all this heaviness or pressure. You pulled this magic curse card and it says witch. Now, no, nobody's doing magic on you. No, you're not cursed. This is like a card to where it's like we could be cursing ourselves, right? I also feel like spirits want you to be aware of I'm hearing like affirmations, but be aware of like the stories that you're telling yourself, or the things that you're telling yourself, because I feel like for some of you have a very sensitive energy. So sometimes it's like you can like discourage yourself by just sometimes with the negative beliefs or like the negative mind chatter that you can find yourself in sometimes. So I feel like Spirit's saying here like to stay in a high vibrational energy. Don't allow yourself to be pulled down by any negativity or any negative influences here, especially with the first house, the body. It's like your emotional and spiritual body, or just your auric field could be, like I said, very sensitive, and you can collect a lot of energies that's not your own. So I feel like it's important for you also this week to like prioritize or just being aware of like what you let influence your happiness. And the reason why I say happiness is because the Queen of Wands is the overall energy. And the Queen of Wands is a card of happiness, enthusiasm, feeling connected to the spirit of life, right? Being in a good attitude, feeling positive. I think this is a week for you to really connect to like the positive things in your life and just to feel that positive encouragement or just to feel that positive upliftment here. And like I said, even the gold that I was pointing out on that first house card, even the Queen of Wands is wearing like gold and yellow. So there's symbolic of happiness. And so I feel like, and the sunflower represents happiness as well. It's like if you think about a sunflower, like it follows the sun, and the sun is symbolic of like warmth, positivity, happiness, divine joy. So I feel like at this time you're being encouraged this week to like follow your bliss, basically, right? To move in the direction, advance in the directions that's in alignment with your divine joy or your divine bliss here. In your position of where your power lies this week, you have the Hierophant here. I think you'll have some resources here. Also, the Hierophant is an indication to seek out resources that have sustained and persevered and have been preserved over time. This could be any type of knowledge, any type of wisdom or insight. You can even get it from any source as well, whether it's through books, podcasts, mentors, guides. All of these things here that are going to be at your disposal in regards to your resources are going to allow you to further your endeavors. That could be with business, career, and work. It could also just be in regards to anything personally that you're trying to do for yourself. Because even in the position here of what you want and your hopes and your fears, you have the Empress. Overall, I think you're just wanting to live a peaceful, harmonious, abundant, prosperous life, and you're also wanting to create and connect to the things here that bring you joy. And also the Empress is creation, right? Giving birth to creation. So there could be something here this week that you're hoping to create or to manifest. And this looks like a good week. So you have the King of Cups here in your current energy at this time. I just think you're very devoted here. You're very devoted not only to your own emotional well-being, but your spiritual well-being here as well. The King of Cups is someone who devotes themselves unconditionally to something that they love. And I think at this time, it's like you're embodying that temperament. It's like you're really wanting to devote yourself and give all your energy, spiritual and emotional, to things that, there's something about just joy, things that bring you emotionally and spiritual serenity and peace. So, and I think the King of Cups too, some of you could be healers, or you could be going through healing, right? You could be kind of going through a glow up at this time. The Empress and the Queen of Wands together does represent some form of a glow up. So some of you are having a glow up. You have this Eight of Wands and the challenge, which is the height of ambition. And then you have the Page of Cups here as the advice. It's very interesting. I feel like you have the ambition. I think there's certain things at this time that you may be questioning. Like you could be questioning certain beliefs. At this time, the Page of Cups is like, we could believe certain things, but the Page of Cups reminds us that it's like, well, what do those things mean to us? So I feel like you're really trying to strive and go for the things that actually brings spiritual and emotional, or that has spiritual and emotional meaning. And the Page of Cups too is telling you, like, sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader, with that Eight of Wands being in the challenge. Even if people aren't giving you support or aren't giving you the recognition, or maybe if you're kind of maybe feeling down, it's like, I think it's like sometimes you have to be like your own cheerleader. You have to encourage like yourself. You have to be the one that takes control. And I think Spirit is wanting me to remind you that everything is within inside your control at this time. And there may be some things here that you could be questioning or wondering more deeply about. But the Page of Cups is saying, like, to not compare yourself as well, that Eight of Wands, to anybody else. Don't compare your success with anybody else's. It's like you want to compare yourself like who you were yesterday, and let that be something that infuses you with meaning and inspiration. And I'm also just feeling encouraged to say here as well, Sag, that the Page of Cups is the muse and the dream, and the muse represents inspiration, and the dream represents something that you're dreaming, something that you're dreaming of, or some type of vision that you have. It's like seeking that inspiration and meaning, and allowing yourself to flow in the direction of those things when it comes to pursuing your visions or pursuing your dreams. You have the Knight of Wands in the future position, so something here is happening fast. I see you taking bold action on something, feeling fired up, passionate, a lot of enthusiasm here as you move through the week. You have the Emperor here in the position of something that you're unaware of, that you need to be aware of here. I'm almost getting here intuitively that the universe is saying, Spirit's saying, that whatever is outside of your control and that you can't control, like, don't try to control it. Right? I think you're just going to drive yourself mad. Also, the Emperor is saying that you have all the tools and resources at your disposal. All you have to do is just be the one to take control of your situation, to remain on top of your game here, and you'll continue to get success, or you'll start moving in the direction of more success here. But the Emperor does encourage us to take things into our own hands and to realize that all the power is within inside of our being. So at this time, don't forget that, don't look externally for validation or confirmation or even comparing yourself. It's like, really like understand that everything's within inside of you. Whatever's being reflected to you that you may be feeling like, oh, I don't have that, or that person has this and I don't have that, or that person's getting success and I'm not getting that. It's like something's being reflected back to you to show you, like, okay, like all of these are showing you like your desires, and it's also showing you like what these parts of your being that want to come online. So allow yourself to allow those things to come online, basically. You have the Lovers here in the outcome, so there's also a good indication in regards to love. So this looks like a good week in regards to love, whether you're single or in a relationship. But also the Lovers is the yearning for reunion, right? To merge with something that makes us feel whole and complete, and that makes us feel like it's in alignment with our destiny and that we're on track. So if you've been questioning things, wondering like, am I in alignment? Will I stay in alignment? I feel like yes, you will find your sense of alignment this week. And also I if you've been wondering if you're going to be able to stay in alignment with all these desires and these dreams, I feel like the answer is yes. I just got real bright in here. Alright. I told you you're going through a glow up. You just glue up my whole room, Sag. See, y'all just think I be saying shit. I know what I be saying. Clarify the Hierophant here in the position of where your power lies this week. Yeah, you pulled the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is kind of like a newbie. It represents being like a newbie, understanding something. He's like learning how to wield the sword, which is, the swords represent like communication, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the intellect. And with that Hierophant being here, it's like your power lies in your wisdom, right? The power lies in your belief. Clarify the Queen of Wands. You have the Strength card here. Yeah, you're showing up, and this is, look at all this yellow. Like, you're showing up in a very strong position this week, the overall energy. This is about reconnecting and doing that deep integration and feeling integrated and feeling whole and complete with inside your being, that allows you to be able to express yourself confidently, be your own authority, and take action on what it is that you find beautiful. Clarify this Empress here in the position of your hopes or your fears. This is more so like your hopes, right? Three of Pentacles is working on something, putting something together, building something to produce something that's quality. So if you've been wondering, like, will you be able to produce something that's quality, or create something, or continue to keep the quality up with your life, I feel like the answer is yes. Clarify the King of Cups in your current energy. Yeah, you pulled the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords is moving from rough waters into more calmer waters. And I think, like I said, you know, even with this card, it says the end of a rough cycle, or the end of a tough cycle approaches. This is that Six of Swords energy. Like, you finally being able to navigate the terrain and life with more grace, rather than there being storms and the fucking boat's got a leak and fucking I got all this extra weight and my ship's going down. It's like, finally, it's like you're able to, I think you've done the repairing, or you could still be in that process too, but you're moving into more calmer waters here. Clarify the Eight of Wands and the challenge. You have the World card. What's next, right? Some of you, your challenge at this time could be like moving or wanting to move, or maybe you recently moved, or maybe it's like, maybe you're wanting to travel, maybe there's certain travel delays, Mercury retrograde, that can happen. But the Eight of Wands in the World card is like, what do you want to do next, right? Like, the ending of one cycle has closed out with the World card. It's like, what do you want to do next? And the Page of Cups is encouraging, as the advice is, do what really is meaningful, what feels meaningful to you, and that inspires you. Clarify that Page of Cups. You have the Chariot. Right? And the Chariot's always after, you know, growth, right? He's always moving outside the realms of his comfort zone and seeking out his ambitions, right? He wants to triumph, he wants to succeed, he wants to go after his endeavors. And I feel like what really is going to inspire you to do that is to connect to the things that inspire you, right? And the things that are meaningful for you. Clarify the Knight of Wands in the future. You have the Hermit. So there could be even some counsel here that you're getting, or some wisdom, or some guidance from a person. Maybe it's me, I don't know. No, I don't think so. But with the Hermit, it could be. But with the Hermit being here, there is this this inner guidance here, or this guidance that you're getting, that's making you feel real confident in regards to taking action on something. I want to say too that the Hermit is knowledge. Eight of Wands in the challenge, like, you already have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, especially with the Hierophant being here too. And with the Hermit being here, it's like the practical application of like knowledge and wisdom. So I think there's something here that you're practically getting underway with developing and creating for yourself and your future here. Clarify the Emperor here in the position of something you're unaware of. Yeah, you have the Ace of Cups. Something you may be unaware of at this time is self-love. I think you are aware of this though. The universe is saying that you keep loving yourself, right? And the Emperor is Aries, and Aries rules the first house, and you pull this first house card. So there's an emphasis being put on the self, and it's important to prioritize your emotional and spiritual needs for yourself. right? And give yourself that permission here to act with confidence, right? To act with self-determination, to take the initiative, to take action on things. Clarify the Lovers here in the outcome. And you pull the Magician, which is as above, so below. Also, the Magician being in the outcome is also some form of manifestation that you have manifested, right? Through using your resources at your disposal to create what it is that you want. And so there's things, and also the Lovers and the Magician is like you're in sync and alignment, and it's almost as if the picture is like someone who is actually being the master and the archetype or the architect of their own destiny here, and is able to find themselves in a better position to be able to manifest the things that they want, right? Because after feeling that rough cycle that you went through recently, or that tough cycle, has made you maybe feel like out of alignment, feel disconnected, feel that sense of separation. But now it's like a unification with you coming more fully into and merging with like your path and coming into alignment. You pull this Black Moon Lilith card. It says mystery. Black Moon Lilith is sometimes those aspects that we suppressed in ourselves, whether it's shame or something that maybe we're shameful of, right? It's like it's those parts of ourselves that we kind of disown. And I think really what's happening here, especially with that Queen of Wands and the Strength card, is like you're connecting back here fully. You've done the integration work, and now you're becoming a full, whole, complete individual. And it's like I feel like you're also like kind of owning your dark side or owning your shadow here. So a lot of you could have recently done a lot of shadow work, and you've did the integration with it, which now it's like it's integrated into your being. It's like it's not something that has control over you anymore. You pulled this Surrender to the Divine full moon here. Yeah, some of you, and I'm picking up intuitively, it's like you may be wanting to clutch onto control, maybe out of like certain fears of things that haven't happened yet. I feel like the universe is saying like, that things will be better, things will turn out better than you expect, and don't. Some of you may have Virgo in your chart. Don't put yourself in a never-ending nightmare of stressing about the future. Yeah, because you have success here. You pulled this Success card. It says Pride, Queen, or Crown. So you're being crowned, Sagittarius, with success. I think you really are moving finally out of that rough cycle, right? I'm not saying there won't be any more rough cycles, because you know how life is, but I feel like for the most part, you've traversed the rough times that you went through. So that's what I got for you, Sagittarius, in your reading. I'm gonna leave your reading here. I appreciate you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. Like I said, I have updated the prices on the reading, and if you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website, and you'll see all 3 reads. I have the Astrology and Tarot, which I use the Astrology and the Tarot, right, to answer any question you have. And then I have the mini reads, and then I also have the standard readings, which is basically like the one I'm doing now. Right, so I have 3 different options. Anyways, I'm wishing you the best, Sagittarius. And yeah, if you liked the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. If you haven't subscribed yet, obviously I encourage you to do so, and hit the notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you later. I'm wishing you the best for the week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, Sagittarius.